Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on what time you're watching this video. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this free video guide on the 4 simple but effective Facebook ad targeting strategies to double or increase your sales. This free video guide is for affiliate marketers, e-commerce vendors, business owners, course creators, online entrepreneurs, and practically anybody that does business online or offline. First of all, I want to say a very big congratulations to you for accessing this free video guide. I don't know why you decided to access this free video guide, but one thing that I am very sure of is that you want to learn the right targeting strategies to boost sales in your business. I will try my possible best to ensure that this video is very short, straight to the point, and very informative, so that even a 10-year-old child can understand every bit of it. Now, what will you be learning in this free video guide? Firstly, we're going to be learning what is Facebook ad targeting. We will also be learning the 4 simple but effective Facebook ad targeting strategies, different types of Facebook audiences, the best Facebook ad targeting strategies to use for your adverts, effective targeting tips, how to use AI tools in targeting, and lastly, the simplest and best ad campaign setup to use when targeting. Who am I? Who is the person behind this free video guide? My name is Ufoma Igoseri. I'm actually an ex-banker turned Facebook ads manager. I'm also a sales funnel builder and a Google certified digital marketer. I set up and manage Facebook ads for my clients using my ad agency, both online and offline businesses. I also design converting sales funnel for my clients as well. Now, these are some of the results that I have gotten so far. As you can see on my slide, this is a testimonial from a client, Miss Paloma. Miss Paloma spends 12,000 naira for ad budget and 10,000 naira for service fee to run a 5 days ad, and she made a revenue of 400,000 from this advert. By running subsequent ads for her, she became the first female affiliate to hit ₦1 million sales on Smart Network affiliate program. And this is Mr. Rapuru, who made over 100,000 naira from the lead generation ads ran for him with just 35,000 naira. So this is about 3 times on his return on investment. And this is Mr. Victor, who is an affiliate marketer. We ran a lead generation ad for his affiliate marketing business with just 20,000 naira, and he made a revenue of 120,000 naira because of the quality of leads that my team and I generated for him. As you can see on the screenshots here, that I've been able to make over 120k with the ad I ran with 20,000 naira. And this is Latifa Jimo. She said that we just started running the ad for her, and that same day she said 4 sales made already. According to her, she said the leads are quality. 4 have already paid without stressing me. So I am known for generating quality leads for my clients that will buy their products or service. And this is Gracie Tasty Cakes, an event. She ran an engagement ad for just likes and followers for our business page with 10,000 naira, and she made 2 sales amounting to 54,000 naira. Remember, the objective of this advert was not for sales or for leads, but for just mere likes and followers. So you can imagine, with an advert of mere likes and followers, she was able to use 10,000 naira to make about 54,000 naira sales. Okay, and we have Cynthia, who is also a top affiliate marketer, and you can see what she has to say. Just to show you the possibility of the internet, between yesterday and today, I have made almost 100K. I didn't even receive mails for some sales I made, but I got credited. So you can see some of the results that I have gotten for my clients. So now, who is this training for? Who is this training for? This training is for you if you want to learn the simple but effective ways of targeting on Facebook and Instagram ads. This training is for you if you have a business, whether physical, digital, or service-based. This training is also for you if you want to double or triple your revenue or sales. If you are just getting started with Facebook, if you're a novice when it comes to running Facebook ads, or you are a beginner when it comes to running Facebook ads, even an expert, this training is also for you. If your Facebook ad campaigns have been unsuccessful, or you've not been getting good results, or you believe you're supposed to be getting better results than what you're getting, this training is also for you. So who is this training not for? This training is not for you if you think Facebook advertising does not work, or Facebook advertising is dead. So please just know that this training is not for you. This training is also not for you if you don't have a business, whether a physical business, a digital business, or a service-based business. You must have a business for you to participate or benefit from this training. If you have a terrible business model or offer and you want to start blaming Facebook platform for your lack of success, then please forget it. Some persons have terrible business offer. Their offers are not enticing or juicy enough, and they begin to run adverts sending traffic to that particular offer, and at the end of the day, they do not get the expected result. They start blaming Facebook platform for not performing, or start blaming the advert for not performing, not knowing that they never did their homework. So if you know you have a terrible business model, your offers are not juicy enough and not attractive enough, then please, this training is not for you. If you think that every ad should deliver outstanding results right from day one, please forget it. This training is not for you. There is no advert, whether Facebook advert, Instagram advert, or Google advert, or YouTube advert, that will give you outstanding results from the very beginning. Not at all. The algorithm is not predictable. So if you know you're not ready to test different ad creatives, to test different ad copies, to test different targeting options, to test different audiences, if you're not patient enough to test all of these things, then this training is not for you. If you're not patient enough, like I said earlier on, or you have a get rich quick mindset, then forget it. This training is also not for you. What is Facebook ad targeting? It's now high time for us to dive into our training. What is Facebook ad targeting? Facebook ad targeting basically means telling Facebook who to show your advert to. You're telling Facebook, please show my advert to this category of people. Do not show my advert to this category of people. I do not want this category of people to see my advert. In a layman's language. That is what Facebook retargeting basically means. Now, this feature allows you to narrowly or broadly define your target audience by specifying the interest, the demographics, and the behavior. So with this Facebook ad targeting option on Facebook, you are able to define your target audience. You're able to tell Facebook, this is my target audience. Your target audience can either be specific, it can either be narrow, or it can also be be broad, depending on what you want to target. Okay, and you can specify your targeting audience based on their interests, based on the demographics, and also based on their online behaviors. Okay, now Facebook then shows your ad to people who are most likely interested and most likely ready to pay for what you have to offer. So it is a matter of garbage in and garbage out. So it is what you ask Facebook to do for you. It is who you tell Facebook to show your advert to. Those are the people Facebook will show your advert to. And in return, you begin to do what? Get people who are most likely interested and most likely ready to pay for what you have to offer. Okay. One of the very first things you want to do before running your ad campaign is to ensure that you set up your target audience. Let me repeat that again. One of the very first things you want to do before running your ad campaign is to ensure you set up your target audience. So you do not want to start setting up or start running your advert when you're setting up your ad campaign. That is when you start setting up your target audience. No, the first thing you need to do is to do what? To set up your target audience. Who are the people I'm going to target this advert to? That is the first question you need to ask yourself. Now you already know the kind of people you want to target your advert to. Then what do? You go to the audience section of the Ads Manager to do what? To set up your target audience. Okay, so now we are going to dive into the various strategies, the 4 simple but effective Facebook ad targeting strategies that you are going to use to set up your target audience. Remember, the objective of this free video guide is to show you the 4 simple but effective Facebook ad targeting strategies that you can use to target people that will do what? That will not only be interested in your product, but will be most likely ready to pay for what you have to offer. So let us go to the first strategy. Strategy number 1. And what is that strategy? It is the zero, broad, or open targeting. Some people call it the zero targeting, some call it the broad targeting, some other persons call it the open targeting. Now, what is the zero targeting or the broad targeting or the open targeting? This is a form of targeting strategy where you do not target anyone in particular. I mean, anyone in particular. You are not targeting anybody. The only thing you do is to create an audience based on just the age, the location, and the gender. Just the age, the location, and gender. You do not target based on demographics, based on behavior, or interest. You leave all of those places blank. So that is what we call what? The zero targeting. The first strategy we're talking about here is the zero targeting strategy. So what we are targeting is just what? Well, we are not targeting anybody in particular. Okay, so we are just creating an audience based on just the age, the location, and the gender. Okay, now the advantage of this targeting option is that you're making it open. Okay, we are telling Facebook algorithm that I want you to do the targeting for me. Okay, I want you to this is the kind of advert I'm running for this particular kind of business. So Facebook algorithm knows the kind of people that will most likely be interested in that particular business or in that particular offer. So now you're telling Facebook algorithm that, please, I want you to do the targeting for me. I want to make it open. I want to make it broad. Allow your algorithm or your robot to show my heart to people it deemed fit to be interested in my offer or in my business. Okay, but sometimes you can also use maybe your ad copy, that is the write-up attached to your advert, to call out your audience. So even from your ad copy, Facebook's robot or the algorithm will be able to deduce the kind of people that will most likely be interested in your product or in your offer or in your business. Okay, so I want us to go to the Ads Manager and let us see how we can use this particular targeting strategy. Okay, that is the zero targeting. So let us quickly go there. This is my Facebook Ad Manager, and on the Ad Manager we'll go to the left hand side or the column where you see all tools. Okay, so we're going to select all tools and we'll select our audiences. You can see our audiences here. Sometimes you may not see these audiences here. So what you're expected to do is to go towards the bottom under advertise. You see your audiences. So you can select the audiences. Let's allow it to load. It's loading, and this is where we're going to be creating our audience. Okay, so as you can see, something like this will come up on your system where you're told to create a custom audience, create a lookalike audience, or create a saved audience. For now, we're talking about the first strategy, which is the zero targeting. So we're going to come to this end to create our target audience. So click on the create a saved audience and a box comes up like this. So what do we do? Let us name this audience as 0. So this is for our zero targeting strategy. We're going to name this audience 0. And what do? We'll come straight to our location. Remember, for our zero targeting strategy, we are only setting up an audience with just the location, the age, and the gender. We are not targeting anything. We're making our targeting open here. So this is where you have your location. Let's assume you want to target a country outside Nigeria. What you just need to do is very simple. You close and you put in the country. Let's assume I want to target Ghana, for example. So I select what? Ghana. Okay, you can see just estimated audience size. Let's assume I want to target, let's say Cameroon. I'll select Cameroon. So you can target as many countries as you want to target, but I do not recommend you targeting so many countries on one ad campaign. No, it is not recommended. Okay, if you're targeting different countries, I would recommend you target using different you use different ad campaigns for it. But if you are targeting just one country, then you can use one particular campaign. So one country for one campaign. So let me go back to Nigeria. Okay, let me go back to Nigeria, and voila. So this is for Nigeria. Then you can decide to target different states or different cities within Nigeria. If your product has a mass appeal and you can deliver to any part of the country, then you can leave your target to Nigeria as the location. But if, for example, let's assume you are into sales of physical products that involves delivery and you can only deliver within your location, then you can select the locations where you can deliver. Let's say, for example, I can deliver in Abuja, so I'm going to put Abuja as the city. Then let's say Lagos, for example. I can either decide to target Lagos as a city or Lagos as a state. Now this is Lagos as a city, but let's assume I want to target the entire Lagos state. I can now put what? Lagos, Nigeria, which is the entire state. I can also decide to target Benin, okay, Benin, Edo. If you don't put Edo state, you will end up targeting Benin. As you can see, this is Benin. as a country, but always ensure you put Benin Edo, so it shows that it is Benin Edo State. You can also target other cities, Ibadan. So personally, for you to use this particular strategy, what I always recommend for my students and what has been giving me results is to target commercial cities and capital cities, okay, state capitals, okay, commercial cities and state capitals. Like for example, I can decide to target, let's take Delta State for example. I can decide to target Asaba, which is the state capital, and decide to target Warri, which is the commercial capital. Let's take Anambra for example. I can decide to target Awka, which is the state capital, and also decide to target Onitsha and Nnewi, which are commercial cities, depending on what you sell anyway. So always put your product or your offer into consideration. That is what will determine where and where to target. But in most cases, you can target these commercial cities or state capital. Another location you can also target are rich cities. We have lots of rich cities like Ikeja, you have Banana Island, Lekki. You just select areas where rich people stay. Like for example, in Abuja, you can select Maitama, different locations where rich people stay. You can just go to Google and you type in where rich cities or rich areas or rich neighborhoods in Nigeria. Google will give you so many lists. You can start picking those locations and you start targeting them. It works like magic. That particular strategy works like magic. So after selecting your location, what do? You come to your age. Okay, you select the age depending on who your product is meant for, who your offer is meant for. Okay, so if you sell, let's say for example, you're selling a very expensive product, a high ticket offer. Of course, you don't expect somebody within 18, 19, 20 or 24, 25 to purchase your product. So depending on your product anyways, the price and all of that, you can always target the age range that have the financial muscle or the financial power to buy your products. Okay, like for me, who is into Facebook advertising, I target 26 to 50 or 60, or even sometimes I just leave it at that 65 plus. Okay, it all depends on what you're selling and who you're selling. So now you come to the gender. If your gender is your product is gender specific, then you want to select the gender that your product is meant for. But if your product is not gender specific, that is, your product has a mass appeal, it appeals to both gender, the male gender, the female gender, men or women, then you select all. So this is exactly how to go about the zero targeting strategy. And another thing that can also help you again is calling out your audience on your ad copy. Please always call out your audience so that when they read your ad copy, they know who this ad is meant for. And it will also help the algorithm or the Facebook robots to be able to deduce those that will most likely be interested in your product and most likely pay for your offer. Okay, so we now want to go to the second strategy. Let's look at our second strategy here. Let's look at the second strategy. Now, our second strategy is the detailed targeting. The detailed targeting. Now, what is detailed targeting? Detailed targeting, this is a form of targeting strategy which involves selecting the interest, demographics, and the behavior of the people you want to target. Unlike the zero targeting, where we just target, we create an audience based on just the age, based on just the location and the gender. But for the detailed targeting, we are not adding the interest, demographics, and the behavior. Okay, so when you add the interest, demographics, and behavior, then you are spelling out your targets. You are making it detailed. You're telling Facebook, these are the categories of people I want you to show my advert to. Okay, so now let us go to our Facebook ad manager and let's see how we can set up the detailed targeting. Okay, let's go back to the ads manager. So this is our ads manager here. Let me close this page. Okay, now let me just edit this page. Let me not close it. The same way we went to our saved audience. So let's call this one detailed. Let's call this is our detailed. Okay, so now what do we do here? We close all this. Now let's remember we are selecting our location. We're starting with our location, which is Nigeria as a country. Okay, this is our location. Now, depending on, like I told you, you can target commercial cities and even state capitals. Okay, let me just pick some cities I like targeting. Abuja. I'm going to pick Abuja as a city. I'm going to pick Owerri as a city. I'll also pick Asaba as a city. I'll pick Enugu as a city. Then I'll also pick Benin, Edo. Okay, the product I have is actually meant for people in this particular location. Okay, now if you look at my audience size, it's showing 4.4 million to 5.2 million. These are the people I like targeting, and the age. Okay, I like targeting within 25 to 65, and my product is actually meant for both men and women. All of this is determined. All of these criteria is actually determined by your offer. Okay, so now what do? We'll come to this detailed targeting. Unlike the previous targeting, the zero targeting, we left this place blank. But in the case of the digital targeting, we're not going to leave it blank. We're going to come to this end. Okay, then we're going to pick an interest. Now let's say, for example, which example am I going to use now? I am into sales of let's say ebooks, for example. I sell ebooks online, which is a digital product, and now I want to target writers. I want to target people who are following writers, authors, and all of that. So what do? I want to target a very popular author, like for example, Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, is an author. So this is based on what? On interest. Okay, this is based on interest. Then I'll go here and look at my audience. You can see my estimated audience is about just 94,000 persons. So what am I going to do? I'm going to also add up more interest. So now I've gone to the suggestion part of it. I need to get more interest. What do? I'm going to target more persons. Okay, so I can decide to look for somebody who is an author like Robert Kiyosaki. I have Zig Ziglar here, so I'm going to click on that and add to it. Then I also have Simon Sinek, I have T. Harv Eker. There are so many of them. I have Gary Vee, I have Seth Godin. So what do? Let me just pick one, and I could just put Gary Vee. Okay, and at the end of the day, I'm having about this particular audience size. Okay, but I would not recommend you set up your ad with this audience size. It's too narrow. Okay, I deliberately did something like this so that you understand the message I'm about to pass across. This particular size is just too narrow. Okay, always ensure that your estimated audience size is between 2 million and above. 2 million and above, not 247,000. It's too small. Not 500,000, not even 1 million, not even 1.5 million. Always ensure that your audience size, I'm giving you a very important tip here, is from 2 million and above. So it should not be less than 2 million. The reason why it has to be 2 million and above is for you to give Facebook algorithm enough room, enough space for them to do what? To showcase your advert to people that will be most likely interested and most likely pay for your offer. So if that should be the case, you want to either increase your age, or you also want to do what? Increase the location where you want your ad to show to. So most times you can just decide to even leave your ad straight to Nigeria, depending on the products that you are selling. Okay, depending on what you are selling. So please, I want you to put that at the back of your mind. Okay, then another thing I also want to draw your attention to is that if you're setting up your ad, always ensure you don't stack up interests. All this idea of stacking up interest, 3, 4, 5 interest, it is not recommended. It will affect the performance of your ad. So this is what I always recommend. Only use one interest. Okay, always use one interest. Always use one interest whenever you're setting up your ad. Okay, the reason is because it will help you to be able to know which particular interest is giving you result. Now, let's say I am into sales of an online product, let's say affiliate marketing course, and I want to do my targeting. Okay, I know people who are interested in passive income would also be interested in my product. What do I do? Let's take, for example, passive income as the target keyword I'm using. Passive income, business, and finance. Okay, and that is the interest I am using here. So at the end of the day, you can see the estimated audience size is about 1.8 to 2.1 million. This is actually fair enough. We can decide to just stick to this, or we can now decide, okay, let me add one other interest to make it 2 million and above. If not, this particular interest is fine. This particular interest is fine. 1.8 to 2.1 is very okay. But you can still decide to say, okay, let me increase my interest. But personally, I always go for one interest for one ad set. The reason is because it enables me to know which particular interest is giving me the result I am getting. So I can decide to use this for one interest, and I can also decide to use, let's say, for example, I want to use entrepreneurship, okay? And those that are interested in entrepreneurship, interest. Okay, entrepreneurship, business, and finance. Okay, so you can see I have about 10.1 million. So I have lots of people who are actually interested in this. So this is how you set up using the detailed targeting strategy. One, what's it called? One interest for one ad set, another interest for another ad set, another interest for another ad set. So that when you start running your ad, you're able to know which interest is giving you the result that you're getting. So if, let's say, for example, I have passive income as an interest, entrepreneurship as an interest, small businesses as an interest, and at the end of the day, passive income is giving me the result I want, what do? I will end up putting off the entrepreneurship or putting off the small business interest. Then I'll leave only the passive income interest to keep running. So this is how you go about your detailed targeting. Okay, so now let us go to our third strategy. Our third strategy that we'll also be talking about now is the retargeting strategy. So what is this retargeting strategy all about? This is a targeting strategy where you can create a custom audience of people who have interacted with your business in the past, either by visiting your website, your Facebook or Instagram page, watched your videos, or have bought from you. So anybody that has interacted with your business in the past can be targeted. That is why we call it what? Retargeting. You are retargeting these people so that they can see your offer. Okay, persons who have visited your website, who have interacted with your Facebook or Instagram page, watched your videos, or even bought from you. Now, how do we go about retargeting? The first thing you need to do is to do what? You create your custom audience. Okay, as soon as you create your custom audience, you now set up and run ads targeted to this custom audience. Even while you are targeting this custom audience, you can also decide to exempt those who have bought from you and target only those who are yet to buy. So in this form of targeting strategy, you can include and exclude. You can exclude persons who have bought from you in the past, and you can also include persons who have not even bought from you before. If you have another product you want to show to people who have bought from you in the past, that is, you want to upsell to them, you can also target these ones. So now let us go back to our Facebook Ads Manager and let's see how we can set this up on our Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so we'll come back to our Ads Manager and let me close this. So you can see from this end, we'll have to create a custom audience. So we want to click on create a custom audience, and you can see choose a custom audience source. We have two sources. we have the meta sources. These are sources within Facebook, within the Meta platform itself, that is within Facebook and Instagram. Then we have your own sources. These are external sources, sources outside Meta platform. That is your website, your customer list, your app, your catalog, and your offline activity. So now let's assume that, of course, anybody running an ad on Facebook or Instagram will definitely have a Facebook page. So now let's assume we want to create a custom audience of people who have interacted with our Facebook page in the past. We want to target these ones and show our heart to them. What do we do? It's as simple as ABC. We just come to these meta sources under Facebook page, we click on it, and it takes us to the next place. Okay, now on this page you have the page. You may have seen different pages attached to a particular ad account. Okay, as you can see, I have about 3 pages here. Okay, but this time around, let me use this as an example. Okay, now events. Who am I targeting? Everyone who engaged with your page. We have so many options here. When you click the drop down, you see everyone who engaged with your page, who currently like or follow your page, anyone who visited your page, and all of that. So you can see that we have so many options here. So this time around, I want to go for people who engaged with my page, and the retention days is about 365 days. I can say, okay, I want people who engaged in my page in the last 180 days or in the last 100 days. Okay, let me pick, let's say 180 days, that is in the last 3 months. I can decide to pick that option. Okay, then I can also still decide to include more people or exclude people. Let's assume I want to exclude. I can say, okay, exclude people who meet any of these following criteria. What criteria? Now let me go back and I can pick people who visited, people who currently like or follow. Okay, now remember the first option here is everyone who engaged with my page. Now I don't want people who like or follow my page, so I want to exempt them. I can also select this as an option. Okay, but it's telling me you cannot create an audience, so I can't use both options at the same time. So if that should be the case, let me close it. Okay, and let me continue with this. I can include more people. Now everyone will engage with your page. I can decide to say, okay, I want to include persons who like and currently like or follow my page. I can also decide to use that particular option. So these are various options that you can use. So let me just settle with everyone who engaged with my page, those who like, those who follow, those who visited. I'm going to target these ones. Okay, so I'm going to name my audience. Let me just name my audience as what? Facebook audience. Okay, Facebook custom audience. And at the end of the day, what do? I click on create. And you can see it's creating. Voila. So my audience has been created. So I can still decide to go back. I can still decide to go back and create another custom audience. But this time around, let's assume I don't want to use page. I can still decide to use Instagram. I can decide to use a website. But for you to use a website, you should have your Pixel installed on it. Okay, you should have your Pixel installed on it. So Facebook needs your Pixel to be installed on your website in order for you to be able to create a custom audience for using your website. Okay, so if you don't know how to install Facebook Pixel on your website, I have a course that will put you through on that. Okay, so let us go back and let's discuss about the fourth strategy on targeting the right audience. Okay, the fourth strategy that we're going to be talking about is the look-alike targeting. So now, what is the look-alike targeting? This is a form of targeting where you are targeting a group of persons that look very similar to your already existing customers. A group of persons that look very similar to your already existing customers. So they share similar characteristics with your existing customers or custom audience, but have not interacted with your business or shown interest in your products or services. Okay, so these are persons who look like your already existing customers, but they are still cold audience because they've not interacted with your businesses at all. They've not interacted with your businesses in the past. So now building a lookalike audience involves creating a custom audience as your source audience. Now for you to create a lookalike audience, so in order for you to do a lookalike targeting, you need to have a custom audience already created. So the first thing you need to do is to create a custom audience, which we just did. We just learned how to create a custom audience using a Facebook page. The same thing is applicable, because I don't want this video to be too long. The same thing is applicable for the Instagram page and also for our website. Okay, the same way you create a custom audience. Now your lookalike audience, you're saying I want to create an audience that looks like people who have interacted with my Facebook page. I want to create a lookalike audience, people who look like those who have interacted with my website or my web page or a page on my website, or people who have interacted with my Instagram page. I want to create an audience that looks like them. Okay, now let us quickly go back to my Facebook ad manager and let us see how we can create a lookalike audience using an existing custom audience. Remember, without a custom audience, there can never be a lookalike audience. So you have to create a custom audience first before you now do what? Create a lookalike audience and eventually do your lookalike targeting. So remember, we just created a custom audience. Now let us create a lookalike audience from our custom audience. Okay, so let's go back to my Facebook ads manager. Okay, and now this was the custom audience we created called Facebook audience. Okay, this is the custom audience. Now what are we going to do? I want to create a lookalike of this particular audience. I'll come to this end, then you see actions. I'll click on action and it's telling me that I should do what? Create a lookalike. So I click on create a lookalike, and voila, it brings me to this place. So it's saying I should select my lookalike audience, okay, which is this particular audience I just created. Facebook audience. This is it. Let me just pick it. Facebook audience, okay, because this particular account has another custom audience. But I want us to use, for the purpose of this free video, let's use our custom audience we just created, which is the Facebook audience. Now what do? We select our location. Okay, our location is Nigeria. Our location is Nigeria. After selecting it, what do? We'll now come to this end, number of lookalike. Then what do? We'll come to, I don't want to select region or countries. We've already selected Nigeria. We'll now come to this end. This is where we are going to now select the close proximity. Okay, the proximity of the familiarity of our audience. Okay, let's say for example I move this to 4%. It means that this lookalike audience will not be closely, how will I explain it now? If it's 1%, that means it is very closely, it closely looks like the audience itself is closely familiar or similar with our custom audience. So the higher the percentage, the further the closeness or the familiarity or the ability for it to look exactly like our custom audience. So in most cases, we always recommend maximum of 2% or 3%. Okay, now this depends on the number of persons who must have done what, who must have engaged with your Facebook page, because remember we're using the Facebook page as our custom audience. As you can see now, new lookalike audience, 3% of Facebook audience, all in Nigeria, and the estimated reach that we can reach these persons are what, 1.7 million. This is perfect. So this is what our lookalike audience. So let me click here and we'll create the audience. So our lookalike has now been what, created. As you can see, this is the lookalike of this Facebook audience, which is what, a custom audience. So this is exactly how to create a lookalike audience and go about the lookalike targeting. Okay, so now let us quickly go back to our slides and see when exactly to use these different targeting strategies. Okay, let's see how we can use these different targeting strategies. When to use these different targeting strategies. Zero, detailed, and lookalike targeting strategies are used for targeting cold audiences. They are used for targeting cold audiences, and they require more effort and resources to convert, since they need to be introduced to your brand and persuaded to take an action. Okay, cold audiences are persons you do not know from Adam. They don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your businesses. So when you are targeting these kind of people, you are using the zero, detailed, and lookalike targeting strategies. Okay, and this particular strategy requires lots of effort and resources because these people don't know you. So you need to create a know, like, and trust factor. Okay, that is why we say a know, like, and trust factor is absent. KLT factor is absent because these people don't know you. They are yet to like you and they are yet to trust you. Okay, so it will take a longer time and more resources and effort in order for you to do what? In order for you to convert these ones. Then another factor also is that when you are using the zero, detailed, and lookalike targeting strategies, you want to sell low ticket offer. Okay, remember it's a cold audience. They don't know you, they don't like you, they are here to trust you. You cannot be selling a high ticket offer, an expensive offer or product to them. You want to sell something low, something they can easily just buy without thinking twice. Maybe 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira directly to them. Okay, but if you're selling a very expensive product, you do not want to sell directly to them. Rather, what do you want to do? You want to run an educative advert that says come and learn using a lead magnet. You want to give out something valuable for free. Okay, you want to give out something valuable for free. So these would make them to know you, to like you, and to trust you. Okay, but when you're selling, if I thought you want to sell anything directly to them, you should use a low ticket offer like 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira. Okay, now when do you use what's it called? The retargeting strategy. The retargeting strategy is used for targeting hot or warm audiences, and it is most likely to convert since they have already shown some level of interest in your business. Okay, so we are using the retargeting strategy when we are targeting people who have already interacted with our business in one way or the other, either through our Facebook page, Instagram page, our app activity, website, and what have you. So these people to some extent already know you, they already like you, they already trust you. So it's very easy for you to do what? To sell to these ones, to convert them quickly. It requires less effort and less resources. And to these ones, you can easily sell a high ticket offer to them. Why? Because the KLT factor is already there. So they already know you, like you, and trust you, and they'll be willing to buy your products from you, no matter how expensive it is. So when you are using the retargeting strategy, you can sell directly on your ad, even without using a lead magnet. Irrespective of the amount your offer is, you can sell directly on your advert because this particular audience is hot, is warm, and they know you, they like you, they trust you. So this is the best form of targeting. As far as targeting strategies are concerned, the retargeting strategy is the best form of targeting strategy because it is cheaper and more precise. However, you should have enough data from your visitors and customers before you can use this strategy and achieve your desirable results. The truth here is for you to be able to achieve desirable results with this particular strategy, you need to have enough information. You need to have enough data because without enough people engaging on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, or your website, you will find it very difficult to create a custom audience. So you should have enough followers on your page. You should have enough followers on your Instagram or Facebook page. You should have enough visitors on your website so that in turn you are able to do what? You are able to create an audience from it, either a custom audience or a lookalike audience, but preferably a custom audience, so that you can retarget them to you can target your advert to them. Okay, now what are some of the targeting tips and keywords we want to take note of? The first one is you want to test different ad creatives and copies. The first thing someone sees on your advert is always your what? Your ad creative, that is your flyer design or your video. You want to always ensure that our ad creatives are attention grabbing. They are attention grabbing, and our copies should be what? Compelling enough to make people to want to click your adverts. Okay, in the world they say don't judge the book by its cover, but as far as advertising is concerned, in the online space we judge a book by its cover. So ensure you use quality ad creative and compelling copies. This will make your your advert to perform very well. Okay, another thing we need to be ready to do is to test different audiences. Okay, you want to have different audiences. You want to test the custom audience, the lookalike, the saved. You want to try different targeting interests. Okay, you do not want to just use one particular interest. No, Facebook advertising is all about testing until you get the one that works for you, and eventually scale it up from there. Okay, we do not want to target narrowly. We do not want to target narrowly. We want to make our audience size to be broad, at least a minimum of what? 2 million audience size. This will enable Facebook to be able to do what? The Facebook algorithm to be able to showcase your advert to lots of persons that will be interested in your offer. Then we also want to exclude audiences. Okay, I didn't mention it while we were talking about creating audiences, but we want to learn to exclude certain audiences. There are certain audiences we want to exclude generally. We want to exclude audiences like feature phones. That is one audience you always want to exclude whenever you are setting up your ad. Feature phones are phones like they call Nokia Touchlight, phones that have the ability to access the internet, but they are not sophisticated. So we do not want to exclude users of such phone from accessing our advert, because they do not have the purchasing power. Okay, then we also want to exclude 2G network, 3G network, people that use 2G and 3G network to access Facebook. We want to exclude them from seeing our adverts. So these are some of the targeting tips and keywords that we want to put in mind. Okay, then we also want to include some targeting keywords like luxury, engaged shoppers. These are people that have good behaviors on Facebook. These are people that display rich behaviors on Facebook. People who are always shopping online, who have taste for luxury things. We also want to include them when we're setting up our ads. So we want to have a mix of our interest and behavior when setting up our ads. Then also travelers targeting, depending on your niche anyways. But if you want to target people that have the ability to buy whatever your product is, then we need to do what? We need to target these ones. We want to include luxury, engaged shoppers, and also travelers, frequent travelers, high net worth individual. While we are excluding the 2G, 3G network and feature phones, we want to include these ones. Then we also want to target people based on the devices they use. We have lots of persons on Facebook that use sophisticated devices like the iPhone 14, iPhone Pro Max, Samsung Galaxy. We can also target these ones. These people are persons who have purchasing power to buy our products. Okay, because of our time, I promise I'm going to make this video as short as possible. In order to have a detailed and explicit knowledge on how to target the right audience and sell more of your product and service, I have created a Facebook ad targeting course, which is a step-by-step video guide that will teach you everything you need to know about Facebook targeting, and also how to structure and set up profitable and targeted ads from the scratch, whether as a beginner or an expert. This free video guide time will not permit me to tell you everything I need to show you or to tell you about your targeting, pattern. Okay, so the video will be too long for that. So for that reason, I have taken my time to put everything into a course, a video course called Facebook ad targeting course, which is known as the FAT course. Okay, so this is the Facebook ad targeting course. Okay, so now what will you be learning in the FAT course? A lot of things you'll be learning: how to define your target audience and create customer avatar. Okay, you need to know the characteristics of your customer. There are so many things we need to know about that. Okay, so how to define our target audience and create customer avatar, types of audiences and how to create them on Facebook and Ads Manager. What is audience research? How to carry out audience research. You're going to be learning all of that. How to use Facebook targeting tools to reach your ideal audience, different types of targeting. I'm going to be expatiating more on this. Okay, then advanced targeting techniques like laser targeting and retargeting. I'll still be expanding more on that. Then how to target hidden interest. There are a lot of interests that are hidden. How do you target them so that you don't end up targeting the same keywords just like your competitors are targeting? How do you optimize your ad targeting for maximum results and return on investment? We are also going to be talking about that in this course. And also I have practical sessions for affiliate marketers and business owners on how they can set up their ad campaign. And I also have additional complementary tips that will improve your Facebook ad targeting. Now, what are the bonuses in this course? In this course, whether you're a beginner or an expert, I have a guide on how to go about advertising from the scratch, from being a beginner to a pro level. How to confirm your identity on Facebook, over 500 keywords across 50 niches for your Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay, irrespective of the niche you belong to, I already have keywords for each particular niche that you can use. Those are keywords I have used in the past and they have given me results. I have all of that too as a bonus to attach to this course. How to verify your domain name, how to install pixel or data sets. It's no longer pixel, it's now called data set. And how to select events on your website. You'll also be learning that. How to resolve restricted ad account issues from Facebook. How to create an e-commerce website for digital and physical products. I will also be giving you best landing page plugins, pro versions for WordPress like Thrive Architect, Elementor for those who are into, so that you can use that to design your landing page or your website. Then how to create and integrate Paystack payment gateway. I will also be giving that to you as a bonus. Then I also have the autosave contact app, autoresponder app. Then you have my personalized support for 1 month. I'll be supporting you for 1 month. Whatever your challenges are, most times I even do this for more than 1 month. All my students, they still keep chatting me up. I'm always there for them anytime, any day to put them through. I also have a list of WhatsApp influencers that you can also run ads with. Okay, then free content, 30 days calendar for you're confused, you don't know what the content you'll be dishing out for 30 days. I already have that covered for you. Then even tools that you can use to never run out of content, you also have that. Then 30 books on finance, personal development, sales and marketing. These are mind-blowing bonuses that are attached to this course. Then how to use AI tools in Facebook ad targeting. That will be explained extensively in this course as a bonus. Okay, so now what are persons saying about me? These are some of the things my students, my clients have all been saying about this FAT course. Good evening, sir. I just finished the FAT course and I must say you really did a great job putting it together. Well done, sir. For the bonuses, so much value for free. Wow, God bless you, sir. I'm enjoying the how to sell to Nigerians. You can see what other persons are saying. I highly recommend this course to anyone looking to boost their online presence. The strategies taught in this Facebook ad course are practical and result driven. Mr. Ufoma is a person of value, and so his course is. For those of you out there who do not know how to run Facebook and Instagram ads, I personally recommend this course with my full chest. This price is a steal. Okay, so many things. Lots of persons are saying best course you can get at an affordable rate with everything you need to succeed when it comes to Facebook adverts. Yes, I can vouch because this guy has been running hard for me for almost a year now, and the result I've been getting is very massive. So imagine when you are learning all these from the course, So some other persons, this is Mr. Faithman, the CEO of NCH Affiliating Platform. He said, for the very first time in a few years of my digital marketing journey, I got the best ads set up for me, and it ran well with low CPL and lots of sales. Not just that, he has been my brand ads manager for a while now, and it's massive. There's no better person to teach you Facebook ads. Thank Mr. Ufoma. So lots and lots of things people, clients, customers are saying about the fat cost. Now, all you'll be getting in the fat cost, including the bonuses, are worth over 200,000 naira. If I decide to give you at half the price, that is 100,000 naira, it will still be worth it. If I also decide to give it to you at 50,000 naira, that will not be a bad price at all, considering all you'll be learning to target the right audience and sell more of your products. Instead of giving it at 50,000 naira, I'll be giving this course at a still price of 10,000 naira, only for the first 50 people. After the first 50 people, the price will move to 20,000 naira. So I am giving this course at a still price of 10,000 naira, only for the first 50 people. I don't know if you're going to be among the first 50 people, but if you check and you still see it at 10,000 naira, then count yourself to be very lucky to be among the first 50 people. But as soon as it gets to the first 50 people, this is not force urgency, okay? This is not force urgency. As soon as it gets to 50 persons, the price will be moving to 20,000 naira. So if you meet the price at 20,000 naira, I am sorry, that means the first 50 people target has already been met. But if you meet it at 10,000 naira, then you should count yourself very fortunate to be among the first 50 people. So go to seller.co/fat or click the get access button below. Okay, for you to have access to this course, you just go to seller.co/FAT or click the get access button below. Okay, the Facebook ad targeting course will help you to discover strategies on how to target quality audiences using Facebook ads. Okay, so thank you for taking your time to listen to this free video guide, and see you on the inside.